to, yes, let me Guru Vandanam. Shariram Surupam Tadava Kalatram Yashascharu Chitram Danam Merutulyam Manaschinalagnam Gurorangripatme Tadakim 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 Kalatram Danam Putra Pautradi Sarvam Graham Bandava Sarvametatti Jatam Manaschinalagnam Gurorangripatme Tadakim 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 Griham Bandava Sarvametatti Jadam Kalatram Danam Putra Pautradi Sarvam Manaschinnalagnam Gurorangripatme Tadakim 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 Videsheshu Manya Swadesheshu Dhanya Satacharya Vritteshu Matto Nachanyam Manaschinnalagnam Tadakim 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 Kshamamandale Upabhupala Vrindai Sadasevidam Tasya Pataravindam Manaschinnalagnam Gurorangripatme Tadakim 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 Tadakim. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Balambika. Today, we are having Dr. Karamjit Singh, Vice Chancellor, Jagatguru Nanak Dev Punjab State University, Patiala, as our Chief Resource Person and the Chief Guest of the session. For the formal welcome of the Chief Guest and the Chief Resource Person, I invite Dr. Sarabjit Kaur, Principal, Guru Ramdas B.Ed College, Jalalabad, and the coordinator of the workshop to give the welcome address. Over to Dr. Sarabjit Kaur.
Thank you, Tripta ma'am. Sashikal sir. On behalf of PACE National Executive Committee and all the state committees, I take it as my proud privilege to extend a very warm and cordial welcome to our today's resource person, Dr. Karamjit Singh ji, who is Vice Chancellor of Punjab State Jagatguru Nanak Dev Open University. And for the knowledge of participants, I would like to say that Dr. Karamjit is epitome of knowledge, but still he's so humble, so dedicated, and so approachable. He accepted our invitation. And for your information, I would like to just present the brief biodata of Dr. Karamjit so that you may come to know that with whom we are interacting today and what you can expect from Dr. Karamjit to deliver in today's criteria. Dr. Karamjit is founding Vice Chancellor of Jagatguru Nanak Dev Punjab State Open University, Patiala. He joined his service since 3rd September 2020 and worked as Registrar of Punjab University, Chandigarh from 2018 to 2020 and acted as Professor of Finance and Strategic Management, UBS University Business School, Punjab University, Chandigarh from the year 2009 to 2020 with a total teaching experience and research experience of 36 years. And his aggregate teaching experience is more than 38 years. And he was Director of University Grants Commission, Human Resource Development, earlier called Academic Staff College at Punjab University, Chandigarh, for 5 years from 2013 to 2018. He had been Dean of Faculty of Business Management and Commerce, Punjab University, Chandigarh for the year 2015-16 and 17-18. He was Dean of Faculty of Dairying, Animal Husbandry and Agriculture, Punjab University, Chandigarh for the year 2014 and 15. He was fellow of Punjab University Senate, that is the Governing Council of Punjab University Chandigarh, from the year 2008 to 2016. He had been syndicate member of Punjab University Chandigarh in the year 2009, 2013 and 2014. He was member Board of Finance Punjab University Chandigarh in the year 2015, member of Academic Council of Punjab University Chandigarh since 2009 onwards. He was president of Indian Accounting Association for the year 2017-18, and this association is having a network of 50 branches in India with more than 5,500 members. Indian Accounting Association is a body of professionals consisting of chartered accountants, cost and management accountant, company secretary, and financial experts from industry and teachers from universities and colleges from all over India. He had been director of Professional Board of Directors of Punjab State Cooperative Bank Limited from 2017 to year 2021. He was chairman Punjab University Regulation Committee, chairman of UMC Committee, Punjab University Chandigarh. He had been chairman of Punjab University Construction Office and Purchase Committee, chief coordinator. Chief coordinator for first online BCom centralized admission conducted by Punjab University Chandigarh in the year 2010 for admitting students. He is, sir, I must point out the major achievements, sir. He is member of UGC expert committee, and UGC expert committee is meant to have interface meeting with eligible universities and colleges under the scheme of Deen Dayal Upadhyay Centers of Knowledge Acquisition and Accreditation of skilled human abilities and livelihood that are called Kaushal Kendras during the 12th five-year plan. And it also covers to assess different universities and autonomous colleges in India for affiliation under 2F or granting autonomous status or deemed university status as per UGC Act. It also includes to select the candidates under various schemes for postdoctoral fellowship for the year 2015-17, Research Award Scheme for the year 2015-18, and Emeritus Fellowship Scheme for the year 2015-17 in the area of commerce and management. He is member of Board of Studies of many universities like Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, Central University of Punjab, Bachinda, Himachal Pradesh University, Shimla, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra, Punjabi University, Patiala, Maharishi Dayanand University, Rohtak, and Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. He is executive members of various committees, and now I would throw a light on the awards and recognitions received by Dr. Karamjit. He is conferred with a Lifetime Achievement Award in the field of management and leadership in the year 2022 only. It was presented by Sant Baba Bhag Singh University in collaboration with ICT Academy on 1st June 2022. He got Best Administrator Award for 2020 by Pearl, a foundation for educational excellence at Madurai. He also got Best Business Academic Award and Silver Medal for the year 2017 by Indian Commerce Association. He is nominated by University Grants Commission, New Delhi, on the governing body of NMAM Institute of Technology, Karnataka, for 6 years, that is from 2017 to 2023. And PCMA Research Award for the year 2017. He is appointed as coordinator by UGC to allocate orientation and refresher courses to all the 66 UGC academic staff colleges in India for the session 2015-16. He got Best Paper Awards, and various appreciation awards from various agencies. He got appreciation from UGC Grants Commission, and he is nominated life member of Sikh Educational Society. And under his guidance, 17 PhDs have been awarded and 3 are under process. And to his credit, 5 textbooks, edited 3 books, and 51 articles, and 1 coffee book also. And I think it will take many hours to read out the whole biodata of Dr. Karamjit, but I would like to conclude with his research projects that he got from corporate brand management, Tokyo, Japan, and international assignments have been given to Dr. Karamjit, keeping in view his excellence in education. He was selected by Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, to attend Leadership and Academicians program at Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. He was invited by American Accounting Association on the annual meet to interact with world accounting professionals in the year 2018 at Washington, USA. And he was invited in Education Innovation Conference by International Skill Development Corporation and Association of Certified Chartered Accountants in the year 2018 at London, UK. He attended Global Business Meet in World Punjabi Conference in the year 2017 at Toronto, Canada. He was invited in coordination meeting of national experts held at Taiwan in the year 2017 also. And he has chaired many sessions and delivered many keynote addresses during many national and international conferences. He has been chairman of many technical sessions in various conferences, and he has organized 3 international conferences and 5 national seminars. He is member of many professional bodies like full member of American Accounting Association, life member of Indian Accounting Association, life member of Indian Commerce Association, life member of Chandigarh Management Association, and life member of Alumni Association of Punjab University, Chandigarh. And his areas of interest are contemporary issues in accounting and finance, corporate social responsibility, corporate governance, strategic management, and last but not the least, spirituality and ethics in the management. So we are having a very wonderful personality among us, and all the participants connected on this virtual platform can expect any kind of knowledge on this platform from Dr. Karamjit Singh. So now, not taking much time, I again welcome you, sir, on this virtual platform. That is a workshop of 15 days on Naac accreditation process in the colleges of education. Welcome from one and all, sir. And now I would like to hand over the podium to Dr. Sushila Narang for introducing the session. Over to Dr. Sushila Narang.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Such a vast and elaborative, it seems that we are blessed to have such a wonderful person. And by your biodata, it comes to our knowledge that he is working to strive towards a success achievement of our population. You're such a wonderful, and we are privileged to have you. Very good afternoon. As ma'am has elaborated in a detail, so I think I should not take much time. Sir, this is to let you know that today is the 7th day of mega event of 15 days. Workshop that has been initiated by principals of Association of Colleges. Today we are here to discuss about criteria 4th, in which which will be getting detailed information regarding infrastructure and learning resources of institution. Which will be indicating physical facilities, whether institutions has adequate facility for teaching or not, how library as learning resources is being used, means what kind of gateways we use to assess the library resources. It also covers the kind of ICT facilities are being used under the key indicator 1, indicating that is ICT infrastructure. And last is the maintenance of campus and infrastructure, which means the kind of procedure are being used for maintaining and utilizing the physical facilities. And other sports like library, laboratory, and classroom, etc. means how do we maintain physical and academic and sport facilities. These are the key indicators which we will be covering under the criteria force. And last but not the least, I must say that our today's speaker is, he doesn't need any introduction. He is a wonderful administration, and he is a renowned figure of our area. So without taking much time, I must say that, and I should halt my words, and we should be ready to listen today's resource person, Dr. Karamjit Singh, Vice Chancellor. Sir, please, we will be honored to hear you, Dr. Karamjit Singh.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you for the nice words, and I'm really grateful particularly to Dr. Sarabjit Kaur, principal, who was after me, and I was a little bit busy, but somehow she prevailed upon that. This is it's an association of principals from throughout India, and they are all eager to update themselves. They are all eager to understand something about their accreditation, and ultimately I have to yield in because she's just like my sister, so I can't say no. So anyhow, I am before you, and she has said a lot of things about me. I don't know, but what I am saying this thing, that we are teachers, and as a teacher, our mandate is to do something for the society. This is what our gurus, what our our spiritual leaders, they told us, that you do something and distribute that for the welfare of the society at all. So I will be starting with the words of, I must congratulate the Association of Principals, because they have done a wonderful job. Because having that type of organization or organize such an event, and that too covering each and every aspect of accreditation, this is something very, very important. So I request the organizer to please allow me to share the my presentation, because it is coming to host disabled the participant screen sharing. So please allow me to share it.
Dr. Devanandan, please make him co-host. Dr. Devanandan, I'm audible to you.
Okay, madam, I will call him.
No issue. In the meantime, I just discuss things. See that one thing which we could understand, that there is a national education policy is coming up. Now, whether we like it or we don't like it, the time has come that we have to change the mindset of the teachers, we have to change the mindset of the educational administrators. Because now the concern is about what we are producing. What I believe that over a period of time, what happened, even in our children also, they did the BTech computer engineering, they did engineering courses, then they went into for the MBA courses. Now, the thing is that there was a study by FICCI and by the United Nations study also, that there is a gap. Gap means that what the industry wants, what the society wants, probably we are not making our graduates, our students, right, to compete for that, to fulfill their aspirations. Please, ma'am, let me know when you allow me to share the screen. Then I will.
Just a minute, sir. We are contacting Dr. Devanandan.
No issue, no issue, no issue. In the meantime,
I have. Sir, I'm sorry. There was a slight network issue. So now I have made you co-host. You can now share your screen, sir. Okay.
Yeah, just a minute, please.
Yeah, I think it is possible to you. Now your screen is shared in this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Your slide is visible.
Yeah, just a minute, please. Slide show from start. Yeah. Now, you see that I am starting with a slide because I mean giving you that about that what is the vision of NAC? Why we are doing all these things, what we are doing it. Vision is that we want quality. Now, to make quality, the defining element of higher education in India is through combination of self and external quality evaluation. Two things are very, very important. If you look at the whole concept of accreditation, you will find that we go by the Japanese concept of Kaizen. Kaizen means continuous improvement. When I say continuous improvement, it means that we have to make an effort to improve our own self, and then something we have to learn from the environment. When we talk about the environment, it means that you look at the surrounding, you look at the external thing, and that is why there is a need for external quality evaluation. The idea is to promote and sustain initiative, anything we can sustain over a period of time. With this vision, NAC has started with this element, and the best part is there are different type of colleges are there. There are autonomous colleges, there are universities, there are recognized colleges, but education colleges, they are special one, because probably I feel that your organization is of principles of education institutions. So this manual for self-study report has been prepared by the NAC. In fact, I was also in one of the meeting that in just this year also, they have modified the things also. But for the teacher education, it was whatever they have done in November 19, that is applicable right now. So this is the self-study report which is available at the website of the NAC. Now, I have been assigned the task of discussing something about the fourth parameter of the NAC. Now see, my first question is that whenever we are make some presentation, why we are doing all these things? Why the fourth parameter? Because there are 7 parameters are there. And every parameter is important their own point of view. The most important, although is teaching and learning, of course, education, but fourth parameter is with regard to the quality of education. Now, let me say that quality of education does not depend on teacher competence. You know that I know the content. I can, disseminate what I know. But at the same time, what is the medium? What is the method by which I am conveying whatever I know to the people? Basically, there is a difference. What I know, this is one aspect. What the student wants, that is another aspect. So what I want, that first of all, I am to change. I am to gauge, I am to look at the requirement of the students. Accordingly, I am to adjust myself. Now, nowadays, quality of education depends upon not only what I know, but what type of technology I am using, what type of infrastructure I am having, what type of learning resources I am having. And that is one thing. Second is how to utilize that by the concerned stakeholder, I mean teachers and students. So in whole of my presentation, I will be discussing on infrastructure, learning resources, and ultimately how they can be used by the teacher and the students. Let me say at the outset to all my teachers friends who are, participating or listening to me, that objective is to get good accreditation. But at the same time, the objective should be of improvement also, because NAC help us to have introspection, help us to see at how to utilize the best available resources with us, how to get the benefit out of that, and how to pass on that benefit to the student at large. Now, next, now, criteria 4, as ma'am just explained, that this 2 parts, infrastructure and learning sources, there are 4 components. Total 100 marks is allocated to criteria 4. out of 100 marks, 30 marks is allocated to physical facilities. Now I will explain that it is not only having the facilities, it is not only having the best of infrastructure, but how we are using that facility. Are we adequately using that facility? Are we passing on the benefit to the students concerned? This is something very, very important. Second aspect is library. You know, library, the concept of library has changed. In earlier days, in our time, library was very, very important. We, even for doing the PhD, I have to travel to Delhi to get information, but now Google Guru is available. But despite of that thing, the major task of library is to provide that information which is required by the students, not a frivolous type of information. Third thing is IT, because technology is something very, very important. Now, we believe it that sometimes what happens that we need only to know contents. I know the things, I am to pass on the contents through chalk and talk method. Still chalk and talk method is best, but now new sophisticated material has come. Mine University and Open University, we are very sensitive towards the requirement of society at large. So IT infrastructure is something very, very important. So 25 marks is allocated to IT infrastructure. Then how to maintain, whether we are maintaining that or not, on that basis we are evaluating. So what I'm saying that this is the 4 criteria which I will be explaining one by one. Now, first key indicator is physical facility, 30 marks. Out of 30 marks, 10 marks is given 4.1.1. It is a qualitative metrics. As you have already attended workshops, I mean that first 3 criteria have already been discussed. Quality, there is a quality measure, there is a quantity measure. Under quality measure, we have to, write something in words. And this expression is very, very important. You should not repeat the word. Sometimes in different Naac visits, we had seen that sometimes they have just completed the word. Things are complete, that repeated again and again. We should be very particular about the language also, that 500 words means that even if you write 300 words, no problem. But whatever you write, that should be supported by the documents. The language should be clear, crystal clear, and it should be simple, but it should be very effective one. Now, this is a quality measure. The matrix goes like this way. The parameter is the institution, whether the institution has adequate facilities. I have underlined it, adequate facilities. For what? For teaching and learning. Now, all those facilities which help you in teaching, which help the students in learning, all type of facilities are included here. Now, some of the facilities they have mentioned also. Number of classrooms we are having, laboratories we are having, sports field we are having, fitness center we are having, type of equipment, all type of equipment, whatever is required, computing facilities, number of computers, the type of instruments, even video cameras, even web cameras, even that all type of IT facilities, computer laboratories, IT laboratories, then sports complex, sports field, indoor game, outdoor game, all type of the things which you can think that when student come to your college, what they will be using, whatever they are using, even
Participants, please keep your mics.
Yeah.
Please keep your mic off.
It's okay. So what I was saying that what all type of, you have to see when student enter into your college or institution, all type of facilities, even for the handicapped people, the type of facilities we are having for the students, that type of things, everything should be, you should understand it, what is there. And then you have to make a list. So you have to upload, because in Naac, that is something is very, very important, that
सही गए थे
information is there, that information you have to not only
नु
upload,
लगता सकते हो वो तो
but you are to do one thing, that you are to supplement it, you are to authenticate it, you are to verify it, the type of physical facilities available for teaching learning. So as the name
मैं शुगर चेक करा के आऊं
yeah, am I audible, ma'am?
Sir, you are
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
audible. Sir, you are
Yes, sir.
audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you please switch off, I mean that other people can't speak in between,
Sir,
because
since you are host, you can mute the others, sir.
I don't know how to.
So just there is a, button on mute. Mute and unmute option is there, no? You just mute the disturbing candidate.
It is some by the identity VC Karnataka. The speaker is on. Please mute yourself. VC Karnataka identity number is there.
Okay. I don't know how to, anyhow. So under 4.1.1, the institutions, adequate facilities, I mean to say that three things we have to do. We are to physical facilities, list of physical facilities available for teacher learning. When you are to prepare for the Naac preparation for this parameter, for this metric, first of all, list on all the facilities available. Number of classrooms you are having available. Number of classrooms that which is having the IT facilities, web cameras, even projectors, whatever is available with you, how many sports fields are there, I mean for the indoor games, gymnasium hall, seminar hall, whatever you people are having in your institution, make a list of all these things, and that list you are to upload on your site. Now, important thing is that it is not only the list which you have to upload it. It is a geotagged photographs. Now that means there are five things are there in the geotagged photographs. One thing is location is there, then longitude, latitude, because they want to understand it that whether you have clicked the photo at right perspective or not, time and date. So 5 parameter: date, time, latitude, longitude, and your location, so that they can doubly sure that there is no fudging of data, there is no manipulation of the information by the college concerned. Because sometimes what happens, we have seen in different, because I have been associated with Naac for the last 20 years, but we have seen that sometimes there is a makeshift program is also there available, other institutions also available, then they do such type of practice are there. But this is something very, very important, that you must, and this is very easy also. You need not to hire anything. Even your mobile phone have all the facilities nowadays. Android phone, iPhone, everybody is having, every phone is having that facility. So all the facilities, you must have a photograph, and this photograph is very, very important, because they look at what time you have taken the photo. I told you already 5 parameters on which geotagged photograph is being evaluated. Now, besides that, if you have anything at your disposal, you have some photographs to show, you have something, some activities you have to show, that where you are can able to show that, look, we are using this type of facility. This is the having the adequate facilities that you must go for. This is the first 4.1.1 matrix. Next is, besides that, let me also say you one thing, that here another point which is you should keep into mind, that if you can click the photograph when the students are actually using that equipment, when the class, that will be more effective. I mean that sports complex, click the photo at that time when the students are using it. Fitness center, all type of fitness center there. If you can show neatly and cleanly that what is there, that will be in your interest. Even you can show here equipments which is required for, I mean for the grass cutting also. Any automatic sort of things you are having, show that. so that you must, I mean, that there is a long list of facilities you are having, and sometimes we are having it, and we say that these are minor things, no need of showing it, but no harm in showing all whatever is required for teaching for the learning increment. Just a minute. Ma'am, can I take just a break of just 1 minute only, please?
Sure, sir. Sure.
So please unmute yourself.
Ma'am, sir is having break for 1 minute. Maybe some urgent work is there.
Okay, okay, okay.
Hello, sorry, I was having an urgent call and I couldn't that. Please. So I'm just
No
continuing.
No problem.
Please. See, now percentage of classrooms, seminar halls with ICT enabled facilities. This is again very important part. This is a quantitative measure. This is not a qualitative. Other thing people will judge when they come to you. This is the quantitative measure. So what is required? There are two things are there. One is directly used by the student, that is classroom, and second is seminar. Even you can include conference hall also, you can include auditorium also, and all type of, I mean that if you are having some smart classroom, some learning management system is involved, video is there, sound is there, whole of the academic period, what is there, number of classroom and seminar with ICT facility, and number of classroom and seminar in the institution. Now, if you look at the formula written below, it is obvious that expectation is that you can score 10 out of 10 marks here. Expectation of the Naac is that all the rooms, seminar halls, they should be equipped with the ICT facility. This is something very, very, very important. Try to understand it. Okay, this is the item, this is the thing which every institution should keep to mind, that you can score 10 out of 10 marks if whatever, whether you are a 5 classroom or 10 classroom, whatever you are having, you should have facility. Now, question is that what type of ICT facility is required? This is a quantitative data. Now, all type of IT related equipment, if we start in your classroom, okay, at one end is a smart classroom, then proper sound system, acoustic things are there. But the more thing is that you have some, I mean, projector is also there. Of course, you have to again geotagged photograph lagani hai. You have to link to relevant page of the institution website. I mean to say that this is the area. And let me add one thing, because many of the colleges are private organizations, at least in this particularly infrastructure and learning sources, one can score a total 30 marks. I mean that full marks can be scored here, because here, this is the area where you little bit of investment and you can fetch more score. In certain things, when their publication comes, where such comes, the things are different. But here, I suggest you that one should make an effort that particularly on quantity parameters, one should not suffer. All institutions must score a full marks on that. Next is percentage of expenditure, excluding salary for infrastructure augmentation during the last 5 years. Because you can look at the, I mean, data template which is available. 5 column is there. What we want, total actual expenditure for infrastructure augmentation. The point is augmentation. I mean that initial you leave it. Before 5 years it was there. How much amount of expenditure you have made on infrastructure for increasing the infrastructure. The expectation is that every year you must, spend some amount. Now this is again, this is a very, tricky type of situation. It is a total expenditure institution excluding salary during the last 5 years. Now expectation is that how much expenditure you are incurring on infrastructure. It has another parameter also. I mean that other dimension also. Say, excluding salary, besides infrastructure, what are the other expenditure there? All type of expenditure. For that matter, what you have to do it, you have to show your income and expenditure account. And income and expenditure, and you must highlight the expenditure on the infrastructure augmentation. Of course, not only income and expenditure statement prepared by the institution, but it should be duly signed and stamped by your chartered accountant and the principal. This is something very, very important. Now, this under this parameter, you have to show the expenditure, right? So leaves the expenditure on salary. Whatever total expenditure of the university is there may be different expenditure are there, maybe on conferences, all these things. Only on infrastructure expenditure is there. If you can score this marks accordingly, this is there. Next is library as a learning source. Now this is something very, very important. This is something very, very important. There's two parts.
Anupama JE. Anupama ma'am, please. Anupama ma'am.
Yes.
Institution has adopted automation of library using integrated library management system or any other software. Now, this is something very, very important. Now, I will explain in the next slide. Before, let me see you that this thing. What is ILMS? Integrated Library Management System is an enterprise resource planning system. For library, you should track its own order, made, bill paid, patrons who are borrowed, everything is the resource ERP system is there. It is a relationship database. I mean, software to interact with the database, graphical user. So some modules you have to develop in the library management system. I mean that module on acquisition, different type of things you have ordered, different type of resources. I mean the online sources you have received, invoicing material, its cataloging, classifying, indexing material, circulation, lending material to patrons and getting back, serials. I mean some sort of tracking, new type of magazines, journals, newspaper holding, online public access, or we called it as a OPEC public user interface. What I want to say that institution has adopted any system or not. Integrated library management system is a total ERP system. Big institutions should have. If they are not having, then you have to mention that what other software you have taken. There are certain COVA softwares, there are different software available in the market. There some are free of cost also, that you can look into that. The idea is that how much library automation you have made in selecting the books. Even there is some biometric tender type that will come later on. That all type of books you can easily trace. Students should have it. Even the type of all the terminals could be spotted there. These are whatever facility you are having, that type of facility should be used in that. Although number is only 5, but this is the important one. This is another qualitative measure which you have to meet. Then for this, you must make sure that every year how much you are spending money. It should augmenting the sources. Every year you must spend money on books, on e-sources, on softwares, and all these things what is available, and that bill should be supported there. Then web link to the library facilities. You should show the picture of the library, how seating arrangement is made, how the books are arranged, how the magazines are arranged, how the files are maintained. All things you have to, show it through the data. Then institution has remote access to library sources which students and teachers use frequently. This is very, very important. I mean that nowadays, it is not expected a student should come there. You should devise a ways by which student can access your library resources by giving a password, by some security, that they can read something at their place also. So you have to show the proof also, landing page of remote access web page, detail of users and details of visit websites, visits. This is again an important thing, that institution has remote access to library resources. I mean that some resources are available with in FluVinet, some resources available with the different things that you have to take into account and get into for the benefit of students. And all those accesses which you are having as an institution, that you should be able to pass on to your students also. Then next is the e-resources. See, at the outset, I must say, e-resources does not mean that you take a book, get a photocopy, right, and prepare some sort of PDF file and then distribute it. This is not e-resources. E-resource is something different. I mean, for example, there is a InfluVinet is there, Ahmedabad based is there. They are having Shodh Ganga. Now, Shodh Ganga, it provides a platform for research students to deposit their PhD thesis and make it available to entire scholarly community in open access. That we called, that access is called e-Shodh Sindhu. Now, let me, for the benefit of our teachers, let me share with you that e-Shodh Sindhu, its website is available in FluVinet. It provides current as well as archival access to more than 15,000 crore and peer-reviewed journals, 15,000 crore peer-reviewed journals, and number of bibliographic, citation, factual database in different disciplines for a large number of students. Now, this is, some are paid, some are free, even e-books are there, some are free also available. Databases are, many databases are available. Even for such basis, there is a CMI database there, social science database is different there, scientific database is also there. What type of database is required, that you can supplement it. Many things is there. Even for the statistics also, SPSS, all these things. So 5 important they have mentioned, and you have to mention that out of 5, at least we must all try for 4, at least 4. They offer 3 also, but you make it a 4, because you must have access to these sources. So this is the, that this is very good. And then those who are paid, subscription is there. Even you can identify it, because both things are matter. It is a quantity also matter. It's a quality also matter. Amount of money you have spent. But if the number is more, that is again a beneficial for the institution to get good score. Then another point is, it's a average annual expenditure for purchase of books, journals, e-resources during the last 5 years. Now this is very, very important. All type of books, because nowadays there is a trend towards more e-resources. And since when you will take the e-resources, you will get a benefit at 2 places. In the 4.2.3 also and 4.2.4 also. Nowadays, the trend is that we should shift our focus from hard book copies to the e-resources, and multiple user we can have. So whatever expenditure you are making on purchase of books, on journal, e-resources, and there is a method also that annual expenditure for purchase of books, journals, e-resources during the last 5 years, it is divided by 5, and then you will get an average score. Then accordingly marks are awarded. So again, for this, because it is an expenditure, this is the amount, you have to once again highlight from the income expenditure statement, okay, this is the amount we have spent, and see what is required. Advice is that when you prepare the budget for your school, make some budgetary provision right in the beginning, that how much you are going to spend on the library, on e-resources. and make it a collective one, so that a impressive figure you can share with the thing. And again, any type of income expenditure you are incurring, you want to show. Make it a point that should be a part of your income expenditure account. That should be signed by both principal and duly verified by the chartered accountants. Next is percentage of, I mean, this is something percentage per day usage of library and student during the last completed 5 years. Now let me explain this. This is something very, very important that easily could be done. Idea is that how much is the footfall? Idea is how many people are visiting there. Now you have to ensure two things. One, every teacher institution must go to the library. Not just going to the library. They should enter into the library register that and put a sign also. Because what happens, sometimes we try to manipulate data also. When the visits is going to come, then we start moving the register. And then what happened? It gives a very, very, wrong impression that in one handwriting, that everything is prepared by the librarian. They just put a name. And then one student also comes, he writes the name of 5 friends. Avoid doing all these things, because once the same handwriting is repeated, sometimes Naac member, they are taking serious concern that whether the things have been manipulated or things have been in real sense. So let us not confuse the members. They are also teachers, they understand it. But at the same time, so what is the requirement? Requirement is that what they teach, that roughly in 1 month, there is a 20 days working period is there. Now, in 1 month, whatever, number of students, at least for 5 months. For 5 months, at least last, we must have a record. As such, what I suggest that you should keep a record right from day 1. Every month you should have a record. But practically what happens, that the semester system is there. Number of working days is important. That how many working days are there, and how many teachers. It should be made compulsory by all the teachers that they must visit library, maybe in their odd hours, library period will be allocated, so that you can score a good marks here. Number of teachers and students using library during last completed month academic year. So if you can look here, number of teachers using library for month 2, month 3, month 4, and month 5. Why we are writing 5 months? Because every month you can choose also that at least where attendance is more. So 5 months, and there's a formula also there that 5 months they sum it up and divide by 5, right? Divide by 20 and multiply by 5. So this is what they are doing it. The percentage is calculated. So you have to, what you have to do. You can read the, document showing the number of teachers and students using library, e-library per working day. If it is a library, then working days. If it is a e-library, then login in WordPress for 10 days each for 5 months. During the last academic year, of course, with the sign of signature, librarian, and principal. Then ledger pages, screenshot of data for 5 days or 5 working days. That should also be uploaded on your website. Efforts are made to make available national policies and documents on education library suitable to 3 streams of teacher education, because this presentation is for the teachers education. You are all aware, you are a teachers you are. So you are well aware about the general teacher education, special education, physical education. You have to upload all the relevant educational documents which you are getting, and best part is that you prepare whatever documents you will receive from UGC, whatever circular is there, you have one file in the library itself, so that they could make it out of what is available. You should have a proper documentation, because whatever policies are available, whatever circulars are there, that should be available. And these policies, all the scholarship schemes, all the student related issues whatever is there, teacher related issues, scholarships, some visit abroad, exchange program, whatever documents in national policies are there, that should be documented. And whatever teacher recommend, I mean that all the 4 points they have mentioned, and you have to indicate that what you are using it. 4.3 is with regard to infrastructure, third parameter. 30 marks I have already discussed with you. It was for the library, and then we are having 2 more. Left. One is this IC infrastructure. See, infrastructure, if you install once, you don't update it, this is not a good point. You need to update your ICT facility, all communication technology related facilities, including Wi-Fi. Even if you have increased the, bandwidth, or you have increased the Wi-Fi facility, when it was updated, what type of updation you have made, and what are the benefits you will be getting out of that, you have to explain in 500 words. This is again a doable thing for all the colleges. Then this is certain quantity measures. 2 quantity measures available is ratio of student and computer. So what is required, that you must come out. Roughly it is said that, different classes, different parameters could be there, but overall number of students, how many is there, number of computers is there. The more number of computers is there, the more beneficial it is there. Here also you can score a good marks as far as that is concerned. But at the same time, when you say that we have 100 computers, then you must show also the receipts also, stock receipt entry also, signature of the principal or the concerned person also on that. Then internet bandwidth is very, very important. This is very much how much bandwidth Mbps is available with you, because everything is now technology oriented. You must increase it. This is something very important. How much, and you can split also in different organization also. Bandwidth you can split also. You can get it. How much Mbps is you have taken, how much money you have paid, and how much the internet connection plan, what is the speed, what is the bandwidth, other information, that all you should mention it properly. Then another thing which is very, very important is facilities for e-content development, which is available in your institution. That you have to develop your own resources. Here I could once suggest you that all colleges can have small, video recording room, very small room, maybe 8 by 8 you can have, 1 TV screen, 1 good speakers you can have it. This studio or live studio, it will be a very, very good thing to show to the peer team also. Not only showing the peer team also, but it will encourage student also. What you can do, you can motivate your teacher to develop their contents, right? Whatever lecture they have prepared, they can go to the studio, they can record their lecture, and at times they can distribute a content distribution system. Your proper system is there. To supplement the chalk and document method, we must have some content also, which is there. Lecture captioning system. This is something again very, very important. I told you earlier also. Teleprompter, we all know. Editing and graphing unit. So, which you are doing it. It is not necessary that you should have everything. It is not necessary. You should have, anything could be had. Idea is that in a college or an institution, one must have a facility, right, to record videos of the teachers, of the experts. Maybe you are recording everything. So that you should, link that video to e-content developments. E-content you can develop of your curriculum also, or the visiting lecture also, other social activities also, that you can develop it, and you can put it on your website. And this is very, very important in the sense also that all the teachers nowadays, things are moving in different direction. Whether you like it or not like it, but make it a point to prepare a video in every week, you should have a system in your college, maybe that every week, at least one video could be prepared by, one teacher. By rotation, you can have a 52 videos in a particular. This is what we can do it in times to come. So, that e-content, which is developed by the faculty of the institution, that you must upload. Then maintenance is the fourth indicator. It's the maintenance of, your campus. See, having facility is one thing, but to preserve that facilities, to maintain that facilities, you have to some expenditure on maintenance also. So percentage expenditure incurred exclusively on the maintenance of physical and academic sports facilities during the last 5 years, you have to mention it. And again, salary component you keep apart. On maintenance, whatever you are spending, that you must mention it. And again, I have told you that wherever expenditure comes, wherever data comes, wherever some figures comes, you need to have shown in the expenditure statement duly signed by the chartered accountant and the principal of the institution. Then systems and procedure for maintaining and utilizing physical, academic, and sports facilities, laboratory, maybe library, maybe sports complex, computer classroom, it should be in place. Now let me make comment on this. This is a very important aspect through which we can, strengthen our management organization in our colleges also. See, very important aspect is that we must develop a system. See, office procedure or system, there should be proper system is there. Proper allocation of duty should be there. Proper chart should be there, so that timely maintenance of the things could be possible. When we see that, I have seen certain things, system, because what happens when the Naac comes, so people are having renovated buildings, all whitewashing, all these things is there. But let us understand one thing, that we must evolve a system. If you can show to the, to the peer team, okay, that look, we have evolved a system where cleanliness is ensured, where the system is such that whenever there is some problem in some equipment, it cannot lie unnoticed for a long period of time. It will come to the notice of the principal through or via this media and channel. We put earlier time, what happened, that we are having stock taking teams who are appointed. They go and check and then see how much is wasted, how much is, furniture toot, something is broken, something like that. But now, what I want to say, that whatever you do, you must evolve a system of procuring that. Look, system for identification of, anything which is required maintenance. Then after identification, procedure, how the files will move up, how the things will be getting up. All these things should be documented, and that documented, that you should put in, because the flow chart which you will prepare, how the things will move up, that will again boost your, maintenance level. And this point will be, it should be adopted. System should be created. It will take some time to create a system, but believe me, one system is created, because I am founding this university, and creation of system is something very, very important. If in any institution or organization, system is created for maintenance or for utilizing the things, or for that matter, it means that you are doing a better job. Next is about these 4 parameters. If anybody is having query, so please let me know, so we can work it accordingly.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an elaborative presentation and briefing each and every element in the parameter number 4. I request the participants, if anyone is having any query, please unmute yourself and raise your query, please.
Yeah, a very good afternoon, sir. I'm Dr. Sneevansal, heading the Teacher Education Institution with the name Chandigarh College of Education.
Yeah.
Sir, I just want to know, like, first of all, I would like to express my thanks. It was really a wonderful and informative session for all of us. The question which I want to ask is, because where we have a group of institution with a number of streams available, and the teacher education institution is being affiliated to another university. So in that case, if we'll talk about the seminar, conference hall, or the common facilities we have, shall it be included when we are filling this form, or it shall specifically be assigned in the area where we have an education college?
Yeah. This is very important query you have raised. It happened. Nowadays, you see that the idea is there's nothing wrong in utilizing the resources of other sister organizations, maybe one auditorium system. The thing is that there is one institution is there, and one institution being accredited. You should mention clearly what type of facilities you are owning and what is the common facilities. See, wrong production of data is not advisable. What is required, that it goes to your advantage, that your student is getting benefit. See, it is not expected from an institution to have a separate grounds for everybody. But if we can see this, we can have a document out of them. For example, your management is there. You should pass a sort of resolution in your management. Okay, this particular field is allocated to the students on a particular day. This is exclusively for this very organization, right? So that you can show it that, look, this is not only a hearsay that we are showing it at this ground we are using it. We have made an agreement with the management. We have made with an agreement. We have made some understanding also. So you document that. The important point is that student must get a facility. Student getting facility, it's okay. Whether you get credit or not credit, that is separate issue. Now, you should be truthful also. In this scenario, what is required, my recommendation is that you should use it and then you document it and then have some supporting document also. This ground is for use of the students also. Use of the purpose.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sir, same thing goes with the e-resources also?
Ma'am, e-resources, see, e-resources में ये बात नहीं चलती. There are two parameters there. E-resources, one e-resources, what you can do it, I'm giving you a way out. E-resources, there is a split system also. For example, you get a e-resources for using the 100 books on that. Only the e-resources which is used exclusively for your institution, that will make a difference. That will matter. You got it? Your student should have access to that. You're getting my point. For example, there is a some software is there, database is there, that can be used in 500 terminals. They give you lessons also. Now, out of 500 terminals, 100 is with you. It means that that portion that you can sublet, na? You can say that this much portion we are having that. But there is a problem. The problem is that once you are getting the expend, because everything you have to show in your expenditure statement also. Then in that scenario, you have to define also this much you are spending on that. Because if you are not spending any amount from your institution, it means that you are getting the free sources. Free sources like an open sources. You will not be worried about that.
Right, sir. Right, sir. So someone has put the query in the chat box that during the teaching practice period, the number of the students visiting to the library is very less. So what should be done there? Maybe.
See. There are two things. That is where Naac is focusing on 5 months only. You know that it is not essential that you are to you should see there is a actual number of library opened. You try to understand it. If the library is not open in a particular day, or if the footfall is very less, you know that I told you two things are there. One is teacher and the students. Teachers can go, even if they are busy, they can visit the library, maybe for a couple of hours also, maybe a couple of time also. But they must make it a habit to visit the library. They can guide also. And then second time, I mean to say that about the students, if footfall is less, I can't suggest you to any, I mean, manipulative idea that what you should do it. Yes, that is the, whatever is there, you have to mention that.
Sir, one query is from my side. I'm Dr. Sushila Narang. Sir, in 4.2.5, as we have to fill the data of last completed academic year of library. Sir, but in COVID period, you know, there was no usage of library resources. So what should we do over there?
No, nothing to worry. See, try to understand. This is a quantity measure, first of all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
when you talk about the quantity measure, then in that scenario, the formula is that 5 months the period they take it, divided by 20. So the COVID period which is not used, they will exclude that. And another point is that what you can do is, this is only 5 marks is there.
Okay, sir.
One very good thing is that the 3% of the data you can skip also.
Okay,
you can put this into that. Anywhere you feel it that this item is not, doable for us, skip that, because you can save the, I mean, total marks you can increase it.
Can we include the data of previous year before the COVID?
No.
No.
Assessment year is a fixed period. You can't,
okay.
I will make it for
okay, sir. One more question is there. In 4.4.1, that is, we have to mention the expenditure of exclusively, of physical and academic sport facilities. Can we include the, salaries of the staff over here?
No.
Okay.
They have mentioned specifically salary cannot be put.
Okay. In financial expenditure.
The expenditure on maintenance, what you can do is see.
Yes, sir.
Salary component, instead of salary component, if you can spend some money for maintaining some coaches you have appointed, some person you have appointed, that is called the salary.
Okay, sir.
Maintenance charges you can put it that way, and that you can show.
Okay,
not
sir.
salary in fact, but maintenance charges.
Excuse me. Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Hello.
Thank you so much, sir.
Sir, I want to ask
Yes,
a question.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Good evening to all of you. Am I audible to you?
Yes,
Yes, sir, you are audible. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I regret because I am facing a severe issue here, so I could not sit and respond to your this. Anyhow, it's a very nice one. Now I think it is audible to you. We had a very interesting, highly informative session from the Vice Chancellor, Karamjit Singh ji. A nice session, sir. So, hats off.
Hello.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello. Back to the queries. Ma'am, you were trying to say something. Yes.
Yeah, ma'am. I want to ask you, sir, that where to show the documentary proof like expenditure in the SSR while filling the SSR. Should we upload this on the website, college website, or it should be uploaded while filling the SSR?
No, ma'am. Expenditure is there is a data template we have to provide to the UGC.
Yeah.
So there you have to show the expenditure.
And there is also mentioned that we should have to keep some documentary proof like images of the duly signed by the CA.
No, see, one cardinal principle is that whatever financial expenditure is there, whatever you want to show that this much we have spent,
yeah,
that as a cardinal principle, it should be a part of your income and expenditure statement, right? Prepared by your accountant, duly signed by your principal and by the chartered accountant. So
And only the values should be submitted in the template. Value should be filled in the template.
You just highlight it. Just I mean, you have to upload one paper only. Just highlight it with the marker where the amount is written. Put in that. That's simple.
Sir, I want to ask, where should I upload this?
In the DVD, in the data nahi bhejte aap. When you have to send the data to the UGC, there you have to upload.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also the geotagged pics, they
Yes,
should
of
be
course.
uploaded on the
Definitely.
website
Yeah,
of the college.
This is very, very important. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So one more question is in the chat box. That is, what are the financial benefits for unaided B.Ed colleges after having Naac accreditation?
Yes, ma'am. Let me add here. There is a general discussion going on at UGC level also, Naac also. What happened that in times to come, right now, yes, there is no such facilities available. But in a very, very near future, they are going to include even the private and the unaided colleges under their purview, provided they get some good Naac grading. They have a parameters like that of them. So my advice to all of you is that, ma'am, I am having an urgent call. Can I pause or
Sir, please you attend the call. We have one important question, only one question, sir.
Tamam, even I also have one more question related to the format.
Maybe sir will be back. Sir will be back. We must wait. He will be back.
Since sir is on another call, may I take
Yeah,
up, ma'am?
please. अच्छा मैम मुझे पूछ लीजिए फिर मैं ना I am to another call.
Sir, but last question, sir. Maybe this is second last. Sir, as you know, there is gross downfall in enrollment ratio in teacher education colleges. And your university is open university and offered skill courses for the degree colleges. Sir, what about the teacher education colleges? If you introduce some skill courses and the variety of courses that we can have from your university, that will increase the ratio, sir.
Yes, ma'am, I will definitely do one thing. We are already in the process. We have already started the certain certificate, 29 certificate courses we already started. Around 10,000 students we have already enrolled on that. And what I require that you can contact our office, that we can customize also. That whatever is required,
Fine,
because
sir.
we have started one course of innovation also, innovation pedagogy. You come out with the type of the courses which is required by the students. We would love to introduce all these courses, because my perception is very clear that our university will provide, this contents to all those students what they wanted, whatever they require, which is beneficial to them. Definitely, you can approach us, and with the proposal, we will definitely consider it. Haan ji.
Sir, thank you so much. And Dr. Sneh is having some important question also. Sorry, sir, for detaining you. Dr. Sneh, please be fast.
Just very brief, sir. Like in continuation of the previous question, which I asked related to the sister organization, like coming to the number of the teachers visiting to the library, because the departmental library, the B.Ed library, it is not the digital ones, but the central library is digital library. So like, it is mandate, like we need to show the number of time the teacher is going to visit in a department library.
See,
like, because most of the time they've been using the central library, but less of our own library, because the books are more in the, like we have a print material over there, not the digital library. So in that case, the frequency of the teachers visiting to them very less. So what shall be the ideal proportion and how to cover up this in the template?
you see that what you should do it, that you can combine these two things, because there is no such column here that you are having 10 departments library and one main library. The idea is that how many students are using that. You're getting my point? So if your number of strength is only this much, whether they are going somewhere. Library is a library, whether it's a departmental library or it's a central library. It hardly makes any difference that way. So you can combine the things. You combine the things that will give you a good Ratio also. Right?
Right, sir. So the compiled data can be shown up, right?
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you,
Why
sir.
not?
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your so valuable time. Thank you
Thank
so
you, ma'am.
much,
May I
sir.
am to
And
the
we will be
Excuse me,
catching
ma'am.
up.
Yeah, so I am
Excuse me, ma'am.
We were not letting you go, sir. Yes, ma'am, please be fine.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Ma'am, there is one question only.
Ma'am,
In
I am
e-resource,
yeah. Ma'am, I
okay. We
am
can drop the questions
yeah,
in
please.
mail.
Sir,
Sir, we can drop the questions in mail.
Yes, we can see. You can get my mail and from Madam Sarabjit Kaur, and whatever
Right, sir. Right, sir.
your query, I will settle it. Now I am taking leave. Thank you very much.
Sure, sir. Thank you
okay,
so much.
okay, thank you, sir.
So much, sir,
Thank
for
you, sir.
sharing
Thank
your
you so
so
much. That
valuable
was really
time.
superb and interesting. Thank you.
So I think so everyone is satisfied, and the participants having any query, we will be sharing the email ID of Professor Karamjit Singh Ji, Vice Chancellor, Jagadguru Nanak Dev University, Patiala, in the WhatsApp group, and you can mail those queries directly to sir, and he may respond to those queries. Thank you so much. Now I request everyone to stand up in honor of national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, everyone. As it was stated last day, that after national anthem, there should not be any discussion. We will be joining 10 minutes earlier the tomorrow's session. If anyone is having any query or discussion or anything to be discussed, so we will see you tomorrow on the same platform with the criteria 2, with the resource person, Dr. R. Madana Mohana, Professor Information Technology, CBIT, Hyderabad, Telangana. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye, Sarabjit Kaur Madam, Tripta Madam, you have done well. Okay, bye.
Bye, sir.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much, sir.
sir.
It's only because of you.
Yeah, sir. But no discussion today. It's why that we couldn't say anything. Thank you, everyone.